Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Alright folks, so the left-wing Twitter mob, the Twitter sphere is going absolutely crazy with all of the reporting. Again, the same thing we're constantly hearing, Trump is definitely going to jail this time. And based off the most recent updates and most recent support, well, we are hearing that tenfold, maybe 100x. But even the left is so hyped having their little Donald Trump is going to jail circle jerk. I'm following all of this and I still don't get it. I don't get what the big deal is, what the smoking gun is. The left is claiming, I guess, that Donald Trump illegally smuggled classified nuclear documents to Mar-a-Lago. There is literally no mention about nuclear documents in any of the official data that we have, but of course the mainstream media is reporting it and so lefties are just running with it. But if you take the left-wing hysteria and the partisanship out of the equation and just look at what's going on here, none of it makes any sense. I still don't see the crime here. What it really boils down to, I guess, in the end is a dispute over whether or not Donald Trump declassified the information. He claims that he declassified all of the documents. The opposing side is claiming that he has classified documents. But then again, nobody can explain to me why the former president of the United States, I mean, he was the president 2 years ago, isn't allowed to have or view classified documents from his own administration. None of it makes any sense. The Obama Library can have tons of classified documents. The University of Delaware has Joe Biden's classified documents. Of course, we know Bill Clinton and George Bush have classified documents. But somehow, of course, what Donald Trump is doing is criminal. Let's get into all of the new information. The left is pretending they have this smoking gun. I'm just not seeing it. We've got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so here is the official document. United States District Court for the Southern District of Florida. A search and seizure warrant signed off by the Honorable Bruce Reinhart, U.S. Magistrate Judge. It says right here in attachment A, property to be searched. The premises to be searched, 1100 South Ocean Boulevard, Palm Beach, Florida, 33480, is further described as a resort, club, and residence located near the intersection of Southern Boulevard and Southern Ocean Boulevard. It is described as a mansion with approximately 58 bedrooms, 33 bathrooms on a 17-acre estate. The location to be searched includes the 45 office, all storage rooms, and all other rooms or areas within the premises used or available to be used by the former President of the United States and his staff, in which boxes or documents could be stored, including all structures or buildings on the estate. It does not include areas currently at the time of the search being occupied, rented, or used by third parties, such as Mar-a-Lago members, and not otherwise used or available to be used by former President of the United States and his staff, such as private guest suites. Attachment B, all physical documents and records constituting evidence, contraband, fruits of crime, or other illegally possessed in violation, and those three laws are described right over here on the Cornell Law School website. 1519 is the destruction, alteration, or falsification of records in federal investigations and bankruptcy. Code 793 is gathering, transmitting, or losing defense information. Code 2071 is concealment, removal, or mutilation generally. The warrant further stipulates any physical documents with classification markings, along with any container/boxes including any other contents in which such documents are located, as well as any other container/boxes that are collectively stored or found together with the aforementioned documents and container boxes, information including communications in any form regarding the retrieval, storage, or transmission of national defense information or classified materials, any government or presidential records created between January 20th, 2017 and January 20th, 2021, or any evidence of the knowing alteration, destruction, or concealment of any government and or presidential records, or of any documents or classification markings. And so what this seems to be is a massive fishing expedition. I mean, just take a look at bullet point C. Any government and or presidential records created between January 20th, 2017 all the way to 2021. Essentially, the warrant states take any documents dated throughout Donald Trump's entire presidency. Just a blank warrant to confiscate all of Donald Trump's records. Everything. What's the reason behind it? Again, we still don't know. The media is speculating that it has something to do with nuclear documents, but without more information, without the affidavit, there's nothing to suggest anything of the sort. And if we go through the later part of the warrant, it shows the receipt for property, everything that was seized, a grant of clemency for Roger Stone, Info RE President of France, leather-bound box of documents, classified TSCSI documents, potential presidential records, binder of photos, handwritten note, a bunch of boxes, and miscellaneous secret documents, confidential documents, and top secret documents. And the list just continues with boxes and secret documents and top secret documents. Again, I really don't get what the big deal is here. It has never been illegal for a president to hold on to documents from his administration. Lefties are trying to pretend as if that's the massive bombshell here, that's the crime. But clearly that isn't. What the supposed justification for the warrant was, based on all the laws that I read earlier, was the destruction or concealment of classified documents. There is nothing to suggest that Donald Trump was destroying any documents or altering any documents. In fact, based on Donald Trump's response here, it adds even more confusion as to what the DOJ was thinking. Number one, it was all declassified. Number two, they didn't need to seize anything. They could have had it any time they wanted without playing politics and breaking into Mar-a-Lago. It was in a secure storage with an additional lock put on as per their request. Donald Trump's team is now claiming that months ago, after Donald Trump, I believe, was subpoenaed, if I'm not mistaken, where he handed over 15 boxes of documents and records from his administration to the National Archives and Records Administration, he was supposedly told by federal agencies to take the boxes of documents that he had and to secure those documents behind closed doors with multiple locks. That's exactly what he did, or at least that's what he's claiming he did. And then he goes on further to ask, they could have had it any time they wanted, and that includes long ago. All they had to do was ask. The bigger problem is, what are they going to do with the 33 million pages of documents, many of which are classified, that President Obama took to Chicago? The whole situation seems utterly ridiculous. We now have reports that the search warrant shows that Donald Trump is under investigation for potential obstruction of justice. The Espionage Act specifically states the use of classified military documents used to attack the United States or handed over to foreign powers. Again, there is literally zero evidence to suggest that Donald Trump has done that. I mean, the claim itself seems utterly ridiculous. As if he has top classified nuclear documents and he's handing them over to Vladimir Putin. That's essentially what lefties believe right now. But again, there is literally zero evidence to suggest any of that. It seems like one massive fishing expedition to seize all of Donald Trump's records and to just continue to legally harass him and dig into everything related to his administration. This is unprecedented territory. No former president in the history of the United States has ever been treated like this. In fact, Hillary Clinton wasn't even treated like this. Take a look at what James Comey said back in, I think, 2017 or 2016.
In this case, given the importance of the matter, I think unusual transparency is in order. Although there is evidence of potential violations of the statutes regarding the handling of classified information, our judgment is that no reasonable prosecutor would bring such a case.
Quote, although there is evidence of potential violations of the statutes regarding the handling of classified information, our judgment is that no reasonable prosecutor would bring such a case. No reasonable prosecutor would bring such a case unless the target was Donald Trump. And again, there is nothing to suggest that Donald Trump violated any statutes regarding to the handling of classified information. According to Donald Trump, everything that he took with him to Mar-a-Lago was declassified. Now, of course, lefties are trying to argue whether or not Donald Trump did the process properly, whether he declassified the documents properly, but it seems pretty cut and dry to me. Donald Trump, the President of the United States, has the unilateral authority to declassify documents, and from my understanding, even as a former president, based on precedent, has the authority and the right to view and keep documents from his administration as per what we've seen in the past. This whole thing is fishy, folks. It stinks to the high heavens, and what I just can't seem to wrap my head around is that apparently Donald Trump was storing extremely sensitive nuclear classified documents and information in his house, and it took the FBI a year and a half to act and do something about it, and it just happens to fall right before a midterm election where Democrats were underwater big time, and all of a sudden there's a huge distraction away from Joe Biden, and his poll numbers are going up and Democrat numbers are going up in generic congressional ballot. This whole thing seems utterly ridiculous. The search warrant is vague. It seems like a fishing expedition. The US codes, the laws that backed up the warrant, all seem under the pretense that Donald Trump is destroying documents at Mar-a-Lago. There is zero evidence to suggest that. Democrats are claiming that they have this massive smoking gun, but I'm just not seeing it. And it seems like they're peddling in a whole lot of speculation and false information as they farm their social media clout on Twitter and other platforms, feeding into the very, very thirsty, very starved Trump derangement syndrome crowd. Even with all these supposed bombshells that released, at least for me and based on my analysis, When it comes to the Mar-a-Lago raid, absolutely nothing has changed. I am not seeing a smoking gun. Of course, I could be wrong though. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Of course, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and of course, possibly subscribe if you're up for it. I'm gonna get back to work. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.